There are some things that people say about Disney that drive me nuts. I mean, when they say this, I just want to. People say a lot of things about Disney. Some of it true, some of it false, some of it just so absolutely outlandishly dumb that it drives me kind of crazy. There are some things that bother me more than others, and there are a handful of things that just get under my skin and irritate the stuffing out of me. This is 5 things that really annoy me when people say it about Disney. The first thing.
Disney is only for kids. What kind of adult in their right mind would go to Disney without kids? I don't understand why anybody who doesn't have kids would want to go to Disney. It's just a bunch of kiddie parks.
I mean, honestly, I kind of feel sorry for the people who say this kind of thing because they're so busy sometimes being mature that they've forgotten how to have fun. Disney is obviously not just for kids. It's meant for kids of all ages. Walt meant them to be a family park where families could experience things together, but he always kept the adults in mind and entertained them as well. There are definitely a lot of things at Disney that are just for adults. Yeah, the kids can tag along. There's nothing they're necessarily excluded from, but there are definitely a lot of things that are aimed a lot more at the adults than the kids. Disney is not just a kids thing. Not the rides, not the attractions, not the characters, not the parades. Yes, there's an inner child in many of us that go, and it is perfect for that, but it is really for people of all ages. And one of the things I loved when I was a photographer was watching all ages be there, from toddlers through teens, through adults, through grandparents, through great-grandparents. And there were things that everybody could enjoy. Disney really is a place for all ages, not just kids. Number 2.
I only go to Disney. I refuse to go to any other parks because they're not Disney. Like Universal. Ugh.
I understand loving Disney. I really do. But the people who limit themselves to just Disney, and also in reciprocal, the people who won't go to Disney, they just miss out on so much other goodness that's out there. So many other rides. Universal is amazing. Six Flags has some amazing stuff. Cedar Fair has some amazing stuff. The Hershey parks are fantastic. There are so many experiences out there. So many wonderful places to visit, so many cities, so many theme parks, so much to see and do that when you limit yourself to only one, the person you're really hurting is you. And I know some people are like, well, nothing gets better than Disney. Okay, I would actually argue there are places out there better than Disney, but there are places also just as good. Go experience them. The other thing to realize too is Disney's so expensive. You realize how much more you can do sometimes for the same money spent on a Disney vacation? Go check out the world. It's an amazing place. Don't limit yourself to one. Number 3.
Walt was an anti-Semite.
So there is this idea that some people have that let's take somebody that people look up to and let's tear them apart and let's find things wrong with them, even if we have to make it up. And that's what they're doing here with Walt. There's definitely a group of people out there that love to create fault with Walt because he's idolized by a lot of people. Walt's not perfect. Walt definitely has some issues. The smoking, he could be hard to work with because he was such a perfectionist. There are definitely some things there, but Walt loved people, he loved families, and Walt was not anti-Semitic. In fact, a couple of Walt's best friends were actually Jewish. Oh, and you may have even actually heard of a couple people that considered themselves great friends of Walt. The Sherman Brothers, who wrote the music for many, many of his movies, they adamantly deny this, and there's very few people who knew Walt better than they did. There's a number of other people who've researched Walt. A couple of the best biographers out there. There's one group that did a 4-hour movie about Walt and his issues. And one of the things they made a point to say was they didn't talk about the anti-Semitism because there was no evidence it existed. So if you're one of these people who are out there going, oh, we gotta find it, it must be true because somebody said it from stage. It's not. It never was. It's a smear campaign, and people love to smear what other people hold high. Don't use fiction to smear somebody. Walt was not anti-Semitic. Number 4.
The cast members are partying backstage all the time, and they're coupling up, and they're doing,
Hi, I've heard this one a lot. And having been backstage quite a bit because I work there, it's a work environment. People are professional. Yes, they have friendships. Yes, they socialize. But no, they're not back there getting drunk. They're not back there partying. They're not back there hooking up. Where do people come up with this stuff? Now, in fairness, the college programs, the CPs, do have a whole dormitory residence area. They're college kids. What do they do in dorms? Okay, so there is that, but they don't do it at work. That's a quick and easy way to get yourself termed. Fired. No, they're not misbehaving backstage. No, they're not doing things inappropriate. They're working, and they're working as professionals, and the backstage area is a professional environment. You go to any workplace, and you're going to see the same kinds of things and the same kinds of behaviors. There ain't nobody back there messing around. The 5th thing that this one probably infuriates me more than anything.
Kids disappear at Disney. There's stuff going on in those utilidors. Do you know what they're moving through those?
You want to get me mad? Spew this garbage. You want to get me mad? Spew this garbage. Because it is nothing but ignorance. Outright stupidity. It's arrogant. There's so much wrong with it. And, okay, have there been a couple arrests? Yeah, but when you figure Disney has 80,000 cast members, take a city of 80,000 people, how many people are going to be... And Disney screens them and keeps those numbers low. No, there's nothing going on like that. If there was something going on like that at Disney, do you not think the feds would have shut it down a long time ago and eliminated the whole company? Come on. Where do these people come up with stuff like this? And again, it's an arrogant way to say, I'm so much better than Disney. Look at it. I will make up things to put it down. So in my family, we have this saying that people like that need extraction surgery to remove their head from where it doesn't belong. It's just such an obnoxious, annoying thing. And I get people who will actually post comments saying that on some of my videos sometimes, particularly the one about the utilidors. Good way to get yourself blocked, banned, and removed from my channel in a big hurry. Because you're not being funny, you're not being cool, you're not being accurate, you're being an idiot. Rankles my hide. So are there other things that you've heard about Disney that just annoy you? Or about other parks that just bother the stuffing because they're so blatantly untrue or dumb? I'd love to hear it. They're probably some of the ones that get on my nerves too, because there are others. I'd love to hear it. Share it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Give me your feedback. Let me hear from you. Don't forget to check that description too. Thank you to my patrons, some of who have heard me go on about these things before. Yeah, they get an inside scoop. Want to know more? Check the description. Thank you so incredibly much for watching, and putting up with my rants occasionally. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless. Limit themselves in so many ways, limit their experiences, and that when you limit yourself to only one, so stop it. Oh my gosh. Nope. Oh. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions, your ideas. Be sure to share them in the comments below, or you can contact me. There's information in the description that has my email address, fan pages, information about merchandise, and so much more. So be sure to check that out. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and if you haven't already, hit the button right up there to subscribe. And in fact, if you did enjoy this, I've even got another video for you right here. And also about these wonderful people here, those are my YouTube members and my patrons, the ones whose financial support makes this possible. I couldn't do it without them. If you want to know more about that and the perks that come with it, well, be sure to check the description. There's a link right down there. Thank you so incredibly much. God bless.